My story was a little different than, I would say, the typical come to Christ story. For me, I was actually at the top of my game and not at rock bottom. It was shortly after the Olympics in London in 2012. I had just won the Olympic gold, and I was feeling really good about everything that I had done. But after the media whirlwind tour and the signings and all of the exciting things that go along with becoming one of the best in the world at your craft, you settle into this lull. And there's this Olympic hangover. And I started to realize, man, what is this it? Is this it for me? Is this all? Is there anything else that I may have missed on this road? And I still felt empty. I didn't feel satisfied or fulfilled. And so I started to pursue different things. And in that moment, I got invited to a wrestling camp by Mark Messemacher and Carl Perry and the guys at FCA Wrestling. And it was in Illinois. And it was a 24-hour camp. And they would lock in all the kids for 24 hours, and they would do technique sessions, and they would do worship, and they would read scripture. And they invited me to teach some technique. And so after my technique session, they were like, hey, we're going to do some worship right in the chapel right next door if you want to hang out for a little bit. And I'm like, sure, I've been to church a few times. I believe, not a follower, but I believe. I'd love to stick around. And so in that moment, stepping into this chapel, I thought that it would be a relatively low-key, non-impactful event, but getting in there and seeing all of these high school and middle school kids with their arm raised in worship as the worship leader played his guitar, and just hearing them sing loudly to Jesus was really profound for me. And I was just thinking to myself, man, at that age, at 14, I was my most impressionable, but I was also my most reluctant to be myself. And I could never have done that amongst my peers. So whatever it is that they're feeling, I want that. I want to feel that same value and that same relationship. Here I am, the Olympic champ, the best wrestler, most well-known wrestler in the world, and I'm not the most important man in the room. Christ is. And so that was a special moment for me, and that was kind of the catalyst for me starting the transformation and really pursuing with intention a real relationship with God.